What's up guys, Man on the Moon here with another video. Today I'm going to be taking a first look at the new S-Class Command Rick. I'm going to be going over some potential team builds, just my ideas, things like that. Before I get into that, I'd like to remind you guys to like and subscribe for more content. And now let's just get on into it. Okay, so S-Class Command Rick. Base stats with 30 vet rings is going to be 3891, 4443, and a flat 3900 on HP. We got Adrenaline Rush of Courageous Ethos, 76 AP rate. All teammates get 30 attack and 30 defense for 4 turns. This character regains up to 100% of their max HP and gets 50% bonus HP. Now, this is honestly, as far as the rush goes, I look at that and all I can think of is behind a Mercer. This is just going to be, it's really going to be powerful. Because since Mercer defenses don't have any sort of attack or defense buff, and a lot of times commands are the first ones focused, if you were to potentially put AP on defense on this guy, and he gets, a first or a second turn rush all on his own, now you've got that 30-30 defense, or attack and defense buff for the next 4 turns, which puts them in the same category as like a Lao Po or a Pete leader skill. And I mean, I think he could rush very fast if you did have AP on defense behind a Mercer, since Mercer has AP on defense as well. So now on to the active skill. It's going to be Revive and Recover Normalize. It's going to have an initial cooldown of 3, a cooldown of 2, and a number of uses 5. And it's going to be Revive one teammate with 25% of their max HP. This character recovers from Normalize. Now, I know a lot of people say that turn 3 is too late for an active skill, but in this case I think it's timed perfectly, because turn 3 is when you would normally have some, the attacking team would have at least killed one person. So you have somebody to revive. Turn 3 is also when you would need to be recovering Princess's Normalized, since hers is turn 2. Just make sure that you've got a good taunt resist on him. And the fact that its cooldown is 2, I think is really powerful, because it's not going to just go off just because. If he's not normalized and there's nobody dead, that's not going to go off. Like Guardian 2 Ricks, for instance. You would see a lot of the time he would be using his active revive just to gain AP. If there's nobody normalized, if this Rick himself isn't normalized and there's nobody dead, he just straight up won't do his active until it's ready. And if you're in a situation where you have multiple people down, since the cooldown is only 2, you're able to pick people up more often, which I like that as well. Now, obviously, specialist skill is command. On attack, on defense, it is just overall one of, if not the most powerful specialist skill in the entire game, in my opinion. Just the fact that it lets you do things in this game that without a command you would not be able to do otherwise. And that's just kind of invaluable, in my opinion. Now, onto the weapon. In my opinion, this is where things get really interesting, because this is not only the first time they have given a S-Class character a bound weapon with a tier 4 trait crit, it's an off trait crit. You can't get this on green, so that in itself makes it fairly invaluable. The fact that you could spend a month or 2 trying to craft this weapon on your own, wasting resources, wasting time, in itself is pretty invaluable. I like the fact that he has the 30 HP on his weapon because his HP is the lower of his HP in his defense, so that'll even it out a bit. Obviously, you'd want to raise up. Personally, I would honestly say that for me, I'm going to be going for him at some point, and I'm probably going to put AP while taking damage on his weapon. I could see why people would make a case for AP while attacking, or even just defense in the second slot, but that's just my personal opinion. I would actually go AP on defense with him because he is going to be a target. And if you have either Mercer or Laupo, at that point he'll be getting double AP wall defending, and you can really gain some AP very quickly when you're doubling down on AP on taking damage. Okay guys, so that was the first look at the first ever S-Class Command Toon, the first ever S-Class Rick, and the first ever S-Class that had a Tier 4 trait crit on it, all rolled into one toon. I personally am very impressed. I'm very impressed with this build, this kit in general. I think this Rick is one of the more powerful S-classes that have been released up to this point, and I'm going to be excited to get him in the future when he does finally become somewhat available. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Are you going to pull for him? Do you have any team ideas for him ready? Like, what if you do pull for him and you get him, what teams would you be running him with? Let me know, because I really am. I'm always curious to see what people do all on their own. But that's all I got for you guys today. Remember, guys, it is a game, so try and have fun. This is going to be your friendly neighborhood man on the moon, signing off. Later, guys.